Hello everybody and welcome to this week's edition, special Pesach edition of the Parasha Pointers. We delve into the Parasha and sometimes the Hagim, and this week we're going to delve into the Haggadah to get some inspiration. Pesach is all about the children, the Seder is all about the children, so there's a lot to learn here. I saw an unbelievable insight from Roey Moshe First I want to say that this week's message is dedicated by Edan Abehsera in honor of his wife Varda and his son Roey Moshe. I'm very proud of his son Roey Moshe. Baruch Hashem, he sees a lot of nachat from all his children. I saw an unbelievable insight. Rabbi Moshe, he quotes the Vienna Rav Anshel Katz. And he says, what's this whole thing with the matzot? The matzot are circular, and you take the middle one and then you break it. Listen to this unbelievable insight. He says, sometimes life becomes repetitive, mundane, monotonous, the same old circle. We wake up in the morning, we go to work, we make money, then we pay the bills, and we go home, and then we have dinner, and then we go to sleep, and then we wake up in the morning, and we go to work. There's just like just this monotony. And that's what's representative of the round matzah. That's what we went through in Mitzrayim. Every day working and working for what? You crack that middle matzah, you break the monotony. Say, stop. What am I doing everything for? What am I working for? What's the purpose of everything? What's the deeper purpose here? So when you do that crack, when you crack that, you're breaking the cycle. It's a vicious cycle. And you tell yourself, you know what? I got to look a little deeper. When our children see that we don't just live life through monotony and just going through the grind, the daily grind, but rather we take life and we get inspired by life and we inspire ourselves and we inspire our children and we want to get closer to Hashem. When they see that, they're going to want the same thing. But we got to do that crack. We got to break that cycle and not let us get complacent. There's a rabbi, Rav Yosef Yozel Horowitz, also known as the Alter of Navardik. Alter means the elder of. And he was an unbelievable person. There's books about him. And he started the Navardik Yeshiva, which became a huge network of yeshivot. The question is, how did he start? How did he get involved in self-awareness, musar, working on himself, self-improvement? How? How did he get started? So the story goes that, he got married to a wealthy man's daughter, and that man passed away. And he was left now to take over the business and support his mother-in-law, who was a widow, their 8 children, and his new wife. And he was about 27 years old at the time, and he was traveling on business, and he went through a city called Memel, which was on the Lithuanian-German border. And when he was there, he was at the train station, and there's a rabbi called Rav Yisrael Salanter who started the whole Musar movement. He started the entire self-improvement movement in Judaism. He's an unbelievable, huge rabbi. And he sees this red-bearded business person running and going. He stops and says, hey, where are you going? He goes, wow, you're Rav Yisrael Salanter. I'm going to go make a living, to make a parnasah. He goes, okay, so why do you need parnasah? He asked him. So Rav Yosef is like, I have a home, wife, mother-in-law to support, 8 children. You gotta have what to pay the bills with, right? Rav Yisrael said, yeah, you gotta have with what to live. I also thought you have to have with what to die. Meaning after 120, what are you taking with you? Those words pierced this Rav Yosef's heart. He said right away, I'm going to start attending the shiurim of this Rav Yisrael Salanter. He went to about 13 shiurim given on Mesilat Yesharim, the path of the just, by this Rav Yisrael Salanter. And at that point, at age 27, he closed his business. He joined Kollel, learned 18 hours a day. And the story goes on. He became a very, very interesting person also. Worked on himself tremendously. He used to have a saying, a person should give up his whole future for today so that he will not have to waste his todays for one tomorrow. It really means deeply. You don't want to waste your life. Don't just do things without thinking about it and being inspired. The middle matzah was broken. When he got those words, they pierced his heart, and they cracked the monotony of what he does. How many of us just live our lives? without thinking and stopping. By the way, as a postscript, between the years of 1922 and 1940, there was 100 yeshivas started by this Rav Yosef Yeisel, over 4,000 students learning. I mean, it was unbelievable. So his path is not the path for everybody, Rav Yosef, the Alter of the Varda. That's not for everybody. But we all have what we could do to raise the bar. What's my purpose? In the beginning of Mitzvah, that's the first question he says we have to ask ourselves. What am I here for? His exact words are the foundation of piety and the root of perfect service of Hashem is for a man to clarify and come to realize what is his obligation in this world. What do I have to put all my aspirations towards? Is all my aspirations towards material gain? Is that all I'm here for? Is there something deeper, something more? The entire purpose of the Seder is to realize that there's something more. Just like Hashem took us out of that slavery, that monotony of our day, and gave us something much more called the Torah, mitzvot, masim tovim, emunah, bitachon, Hashem, olam haba. We got to do that same thing for our children on the Seder night. We got to change the course of what we're just working towards and give it deeper meaning. On the Seder table, let's share that with our children. Let's do it. Let's lead by example. Let's show them that we're people that want more of life than just physicality and just the monotony. We don't want just the physical bounty, but the spiritual wealth. Just as our forefathers were freed, we should also be freed, and we should have that unbelievable life of meaning and see that in our children as well. Shabbat Shalom and Hag Sameach.